Guys, I know we just finished our lecture, but I'm going to go ahead. I wanted to show you something really quick. I'm going to go to Quest Diagnostic, and I wanted to show you how their site runs. So I've just gone to Quest Diagnostic, and then there it says Tester Home. And I know we looked at LabCorp earlier. Quest is kind of cool because when you go to their testing area, you can look. So say you know for a fact that your doctor is doing a endocrinology um, look at trying to check and see if you've got something going on with the endocrine system or maybe something with the metabolism or something. So you could specifically go click here and then you could enter in for the test that you were looking for. So, and say you weren't sure, you could just put GLU and it automatically starts. So if you know he's testing you for glucose and you want to know what it means, okay? Or what is, I'm pregnant. What is a glucose? The doctor said he's going to do a glucose tolerance. Or if you want to be able to explain this to your patient. So I'm going to click here and then it's going to, if you needed to know the code, this is helpful as for because we do have to know our codes and nobody expects you to memorize all these. So and then if we can click on it and it's going to give you a bunch of information, okay? And it even tells you how Medicare is limited coverage, okay? So it gives you its details. The American Diabetic Association, this is their criteria, their guide, because like the AHA, the American Heart Association, rules the heart, the American Diabetic Association rules the diabetic community and how what takes into for their best interest. So it is telling us that when we have a patient, their normal fasting before eating should be less than 100. And because we're doing a tolerance, this is not something we're looking at as an hour. We want to know what is it at 2 hours. So what a glucose tolerance test is, and if you've had a baby, you know they give you a bunch of sugary, syrupy, sweet drink, and you drink it, and 2 hours later you come back. We want that number to be less than 140. All right, and impaired. Now it means if they come in and they're already not functioning well, this lets us know. If it's 100 to 125, this is already a range telling us. Now, if the tests come back 2 hours later and it's over 140 to 199, this means that it's impaired or pre-diabetic. So this pregnant, or sometimes it's done not pregnancy, but it's usually done with pregnancy. So this is a woman who we need to send to a dietitian and explain to her about carbohydrates so that she can stay off of diabetic medications while she's pregnant, and that she doesn't have a gestational baby who ends up being 12 pounds. And then we see if we automatically draw fasting and it's over 126, they're diabetic, plain and simple. And then 2 hours after eating, if anyone's sugar is ever over 200, they are diabetic. And a lot of people try to argue with this. And I was one of them. I was very bad because I was diagnosed pre diabetic. And I check my sugar, I maintain. And my doctor knew me well enough that I said, and trusted me well enough that I said, I promise you I will keep my sugars under 200. And I've had to do that by taking my blood sugar all the time, and I make sure that anything that I eat, I learn what's going to spike. Like last night, we had a wonderful Italian dinner, and we had some Italian garlic bread, and my sugar 2 hours after eating was 160. Now, if I'd eaten the garlic bread, I'd have probably been over 200, and that would have been a no-no. Okay, but 160 puts me at the pre. And my doctor and I made a little deal. As long as I keep it under 200, he'll keep me off of medications. So this is, like I said, this is a really great way to be able to come in, and maybe you don't remember and you got a patient coming in who asks you a question. This is telling you that what it needs, it goes into it and allows you to know, oh, glucose, it's collected in a gray top. What is its additive? Its additive is fluoride oxalate. Okay, special instructions. Yeah, we have the patient ingest 75 grams of sugar. All right, that's that sweet syrupy stuff. And then we wait and we draw the blood. And that oxalate, that fluoride oxalate, this is what helps preserve and keep the test. It even tells you, hey, how do we transport this? Room temperature, all right? How long is it good for? And it explains to us even more in depth. This is more high, for lab related functions. Okay. And then it even talks about the criteria unspun for centrifuge versus. So this is an excellent, you can print it, you can email it. Maybe you want to give it to your patient. Let's go back and let's look at one other thing, okay? Let's go back to our test directory. Sorry, my emails are popping up there. And let's go look at, let's go to pediatrics and let's type in okay, it's a monocyte. For what would we be looking for? We're going to be trying to find out if the patient has what? Mononucleosis. So let's see, there's 5 test guides. There's the test summary, and this, I guess it actually does a bunch more too. And CVT, no. I went to the wrong one. Let's see. Let's type in all and put MONO. There we go, mononucleosis. Okay, so it doesn't have this in here. That's very odd. Okay, but let's try something else. Let's try a, we'll make it easy, a CBC. Okay, so when we see the doctor's orders, is it test code 6399 for CBC with differential in platelets? Or is it a CBC, H&H, RBC, and diaceses, WBC, and a PT or PTINR? And so there's different ones. So let's just look at the basic CBC with the differential in platelets. So this is showing you what is it looking at, and we just yesterday we went over what all of these tests mean and what it means when the neutrophils are high or the eosinophils and so forth. And it tells us here, we need a lavender top, and it has to be completely full. And what I forgot, what additive is in our lavender? Oh, it says it right here, EDTA. So, and it tells you specific instructions. Do not refrigerate, okay? And it lets you know to store at room temperature. So this site gives you a really excellent, I'd like to do one more. Let's look at HDL. Okay, let's look at one more. So HDL cholesterol. So basic. So it gives you the male averages, under 20, over 20, and the female, okay? And then it tells you, okay, you can either pull this in a green top, or you can pull this in, I think there's a light green and a dark green, the sodium heparin, or the one that has the lithium heparin. And both of these are to prevent the blood from coagulating and preserve. And it tells you that the minimum that you can get, because sometimes we poke somebody and we just don't get as much as we want. So if you're unsure, you can look and say, okay, well, I got way more than 0.5. So, and this is also tells us what our patients should be. They should be fasting 9 to 12 hours. And like I said, most doctors are going to have their preferences for what it is. But so this is a really nice area, like I said, that you can come to. If you're in doubt, you're not sure where to go, and you don't remember what it was, you can come to one of the Quest or LabCorp and look it up, and it gives you its additive, its tube, its purpose, and its range. All right, so I wanted to make this video to try to show you another source, and I'm going to link this as well in Teams. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.